Good morning, everyone. Namaste. I'm going to call in Archangel Michael to cleanse, clear the space of any negative or lower vibrations from our mind, body, and soul, home and hearts, placing the white light of protection on us with his blue seal. And we are going to be reading out of my book, Letting Go. The Pathway to Surrender by David R. Hawkins. I absolutely love this book. And we currently are on chapter 2, the mechanism of letting go. And we are currently learning about feelings and mental mechanisms. And we already went over the first one, which was suppression and repression. So if you didn't see that, go ahead and click the link below and you can watch it. And now we are currently on number 2, expression. With this mechanism, the feeling is vented, verbalized, or stated in body language and acted out in endless group demonstrations. The expression of negative feelings allow just enough of the inner pressure to be let out so that the remainder can then be suppressed. This is a very important point to understand. For many people in society today believe that expressing their feelings frees them from the feelings. The fact are to the contrary. The expression of a feeling first tends to propagate that feeling and gives it greater energy. Second, the expression of the feeling merely allows the remainder to be suppressed out of awareness. The balance between suppression and expression varies in each individual depending on their early training, current cultural norms and mores, and the media. Expressing oneself is now vogue as a result of misunderstanding the work of Sigmund Freud and the psychoanalysts. Freud pointed out that suppression was the cause of neurosis. Therefore, expression must be mistakenly thought to be the cure. This misinterpretation became a license for self-indulgence at the cost of others. What Freud actually said is classical psychoanalysis was the repressed impulse or feelings was to be neutralized and sublimated, socialized, and channeled into the constructive drives of love, work, and creativity. If we dump our negative feelings on others, they experience it as an attack, and they in turn are forced to suppress, express, or escape the feelings. Therefore, the expression of negativity results in the deterioration and destruction of relationships. A far better alternative is to take responsibility for our own feelings and neutralize them. Then and only positive feelings can remain to be expressed. And I feel like that's a really valid point. I feel like a lot of people in this life have people in their lives that they can dump their problems on. And I know because I'm somebody who was a former people pleaser, an empath, so to speak. And I was literally the counselor for several different people in my life. And they would call me angry. They would yell at me. They would dump on me. They would tell me all their problems. I would then try and help them and assist them. And then they would yell at me when I'm trying to help and assist them. I have now reformed that, and I will not accept that type of bad behavior. I will not accept any type of behavior like that at all. I've in fact cut out all those people because it was a very one-sided relationship. And when I needed somebody, they weren't there for me. So I then had to do the internal work myself and look at why was I allowing that type of behavior, that people-pleasing behavior, and essentially it's because I'm a psychic empath. I pick up on the feelings and the emotions of others. So I want to try and help them so that they get into a better mental space so that I can physically and emotionally be around them. So people-pleasing was very natural for me to try and help them to get in that better space as a result of it. But they were never in return ever there for me. It was a very one-sided relationship. So you really have to, if I were to give you a guidance on what to do in regards to that, so that you don't therefore dump on other people, and you don't hold it within, because I don't believe that holding it in is going to help you either. If you don't deal with your problems, you're going to shove them up to your subconscious, and it's going to affect your overall health, your mental health, your body, your physical health, all of it. That's all stems from that. So the first thing is, if you can't handle a problem, I would release it, cry it out, scream into a pillow, and really release that negative energy that is kind of boggling you down. Once you do that, surrender the problem to God. God, I can't handle this on my own. I need your help. Please step in and help me with this. At that point, he will start to guide you on where to go and, people that could possibly help you with the situation so that you could get further guidance on it. Once you start doing that with all your problems will become much easier, because you're not handling it all on your own. And because of free will, we need to ask for that guidance from God. And your team of light at that point can then all step in. So I hope this helps. I love you all. Have a blessed day, and namaste. And don't people please.